Welcome to MCA Society's Abida Inamdar Senior College, Department of Computer Science. Introducing a course, Introduction to Cyber Security, Semester 2, number of credits 3. I, Miss Vijaya Pise, will going to teach you Chapter 1 from this subject, which is Overview of a Networking Concepts. In this chapter, we are going to learn concepts as basics of communication system, transmission media, topology and types of network, TCP/IP protocol stack, and a wireless network. Let's start with our session. Basics of communication system. As shown in the picture, you can see there is one person which is sending some information and the other person is receiving that information. From this, we can say that communication is nothing but process of sharing information between two or more devices, and a communication system is a system which describes information exchange between 2 points. From the picture, we can easily identify major elements of communication system. They are transmitter of information, channel or a medium of communication, and receiver of information. The word communication is derived from a Latin word communicare, which means to share. Communication is a process of establishing a connection or a link between two entities for the transfer of exchange of information. When we communicate with each other, we share information. This sharing can be local or remote. Local communication can be a face-to-face communication, whereas remote communication takes over a distance. Let's move towards the topic data communication. Data communication is a process of exchanging data between two devices known as sender and a receiver using some kind of transmission medium or a communication channel. These a transmission medium can be either wired or wireless. For the data communication to occur, the communicating devices must be a part of communication system. Unless and until the communicating devices having a link between them, they cannot communicate with each other. Communication system is made up of combination of hardware, includes a physical equipment, and a software including a programs. The components of data communication are sender, receiver, transmission medium, message, and a protocol. Sender is nothing but a device which sends some data or information. Receiver is a device which receives the data sended from a sender, and information which is communicated between sender and receiver is message. The path through which information transmits from sender to receiver is known as a transmission medium. When sender and receiver want to communicate with each other, both of they must have to agree upon some common set of protocols, some common set of rules, which is known as communication protocols. Let's move towards a transmission media and their types. A transmission medium can be defined as a pathway which can transmit the information from sender to a receiver. Transmission media are located below the physical layer in a network model and are controlled by the physical layer. Transmission media are also known as a communication channel. Basically, transmission mediums are divided into two main types known as a guided media and unguided media. Guided media are nothing but a wired medium, and unguided media are nothing but a wireless media in which we transmit the information through space or air. In case of wired medium, there are 5 types of wires: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, strip line and a micro strip line. Twisted pair cable. As the name indicates, a twisted pair, it consists of two separately insulated conductor wires wound about each other. Generally, several such pairs are bundled together in a protective sheath. They are most widely used as a transmission media. It can be further categorized as unshielded twisted pair cable UTP and a shielded twisted pair cable STP. Figure shows unshielded twisted pair cable. This type of cable has the ability to block the interference and does not depend on physical shield for the purpose. It is used for a telephonic applications. They are basically least expensive and easy to install. In case of a shielded twisted pair cable, they consist of a special jacket as shown in the figure to block the external interference. It is used in fast data rate Ethernet and in voice and data channel of telephone lines. They have a better performance at higher data rate as compared to unshielded twisted pair cable. They are comparatively faster but difficult to install and manufacture as compared to UTP cables. Coaxial cable. Coaxial cable has outer plastic covering containing two parallel conductors, each having a separate insulated protection cover. The coaxial cable transmits the information in two modes, baseband mode and a broadband mode. Cable TV and analog television networks widely use coaxial cables. They are having a high bandwidth and better noise immunity. Disadvantages of these cable is that a single cable failure can disrupt the entire network. Fiber optic cable. Fiber optic cable uses the concept of reflection of light through a core made of glass and plastic. The core is surrounded by a less dense glass or plastic covering which is known as a cladding. It is used for transmission of large volume of data. The cable can be unidirectional or a bidirectional. WDM wavelength division multiplexer supports a two modes, namely unidirectional and bidirectional modes. These type of cables having increased capacity and bandwidth, they are lightweight cables and have immunity to electromagnetic interference, but they are difficult to install and maintain and expensive as compared to other types of wires. Let's move towards topology and types of networks. Basically, arrangement of network that comprises nodes and connecting lines or links between sender and receiver is known as a network topology. You can also say arrangement of various devices in the network is known as a network topology. There are various types of network topology. Let's see them one by one. Let us see the first, mesh topology. In a mesh topology, every device is connected to other device as shown in the figure. Every device is connected with another through a dedicated channel. These channels are known as a dedicated link. If suppose n number of devices are connected with each other in a mesh topology, then total number of ports that are required by each devices is n-1. As shown in the diagram, there are 5 devices connected to each other. Hence, total number of ports required by each device is 4, and total number of ports required in a network is n into n-1. Advantages of this topology are: it is a robust topology, fault is diagnosed easily, data is reliable because data is transferred among the device through dedicated channel. It also provides a security and privacy because of dedicated link. Problems with this topology are: installation and configuration are difficult. Cost of cable is high as bulk wiring is required, hence it is suitable for less number of devices only. Cost of maintenance of mesh topology is also high. Let's see the next type, star topology. In star topology, all devices are connected to a single hub through a cable. This hub is a central node and all other nodes are connected to central nodes. Hub can be passive in nature, that is, not intelligent hub, such as a broadcasting devices at the same time. The hub can be intelligent, which is known as an active hub. Active hub have a repeaters in them. A star topology in a diagram having 4 systems connected to a single point of a connection, that is a hub. Advantages of star topology are, if n devices are connected to each other in a star topology, then number of cables required to connect them is n, so it is easy to set up. Each device will require only one port, that is to connect to the hub. Therefore, total number of ports required is n only. Problems with the star topology are, if a hub on which whole topology relies will going to fail, then our entire system will crash down. Cost of installation is high and the performance is based on single central hub. Let's move towards the next type of topology, which is a bus topology. Bus topology is a network type in which every computer and network is connected to a single cable as shown in the diagram. It transmits a data from one end to another in a single direction. No bidirectional feature is in bus topology. It is a multi-point connection and non-robust technology because if the backbone fails, the topology crashes. Diagram shows a bus topology with shared backbone cable. These nodes are connected to a channel through a drop lines. Advantages of bus topology are, if n devices are connected to each other in a bus topology, then the number of cables required to connect them is only one, which is known as a backbone cable, and n drop lines are required. The cost of cable is less as compared to other topologies, but it is used to build small networks. Problems with this topology are, if common cable, that is a backbone, fails, then the entire system will crash down. If network traffic is heavy, it increases collision in a network. To avoid these, various protocols are used in a MAC layer known as Pure Aloha, Slotted Aloha, CSMA-CD, etc. In case of a bus topology, security is very low. Let's see the next type of a topology, which is a ring topology. In this topology, it forms a ring connecting devices with its exactly 2 neighboring devices. Number of repeaters are used for ring topology with a large number of nodes, because if someone wants to send some data to the last node in a ring topology with 100 nodes, then data will have to pass through 99 nodes to each the 100th node. Hence, to prevent data loss, repeaters are used in a network. Transmission is unidirectional, but it can be made bidirectional by having 2 connections between each network node, which is known as dual ring topology. Diagram shows a ring topology which comprises 4 stations connected with each forming a ring. One station is known as a monitor station, which takes all responsibility to perform the operations in ring. To transmit the data, station has to hold the token. After transmission is done, token is to be released for other stations to use. Advantages of ring topology are, possibility of collision is minimum in this type of topology. It is easy to install and expand. Problem with this topology are troubleshooting is difficult in this topology. The addition of stations in between or removal of station can disrupt entire topology. It is less secured as compared to other topologies. Let's move towards the next type of topology, which is a tree topology. This topology is a variation of star topology. This topology has hierarchical flow of data. Figure shows tree topology. In this, the various secondary hubs are connected to the central hub, which contains the repeated data flow from top to bottom and the central hub to secondary, and then to devices from bottom to top. That is, devices to secondary hub and then to a central hub. It is a multi-point connection and a non-robust topology because if the backbone fails, the topology crashes. Advantages of this topology are it allows more devices to be attached to a single central hub. Thus, it increases the distance that is traveled by a signal to come to the devices. It allows the network to get isolated and also prioritize from the different computers. Problems with the tree topology are if central hub gets failed, entire system will fail and the cost is high because of the cabling. So these are the different types of topologies. Now let's move towards a types of networks. Computer network is a group of computers linked to each other which enables the computers to communicate with each other and share their resources, data and applications. Computer networks can be categorized by their size. Basically, there are 4 types of computer networks: LAN, MAN, WAN and PAN. Let's see them one by one. LAN, Local Area Network. Local area network is a group of computers connected to each other in a small area such as building or office. LAN is used for connecting 2 or more personal computers through a communication medium such as a twisted pair or coaxial cable. It is less costly as it is built with inexpensive hardware like hubs, network adapters and Ethernet cables. The data is transferred at an extremely faster rate in a local area networks. Local area network provides higher security as compared to the other networks. PAN. PAN stands for Personal Area Network. It is a network connected within individual person, typically within a range of 10 meters. For example, Bluetooth connectivity. Personal area network is used for connecting the computer devices of personal use in known as a personal area network. Thomas Zimmerman was the first researcher scientist to bring the idea of personal area network. Personal area network covers an area of 30 feet. Personal computer devices that are used to develop the personal area network are laptop, mobile phones, media players and PlayStations. There are 2 types of personal area networks: wireless personal area network or wired personal area networks. Examples can be Bluetooth, home network, television connection between the television and computer, small home office network using a virtual private network, etc. MAN. MAN stands for Metropolitan Area Network. A metropolitan area network or a MAN is consisting of a computer networks across an entire city, college campus or a small region. This type of network is larger than a LAN, which is mostly limited to a single building or site. Depending upon the type of configuration, this type of network allows you to cover an area from several miles to a tens of miles. Characteristics of MAN are it mostly covers towns and cities in a maximum 50 km range. Mostly used a medium is fiber optic cables and data rates are adequate. Wired area network. WAN. WAN is another important computer network which is spread across large geographical area. WAN network system could be a connection of LAN which connects with other LAN using telephone lines and a radio waves. It is mostly limited to enterprise or an organization. They helps you to cover a large geographical area. It contains devices like mobile phone, laptop, tablet, computer, etc. These are the various types of network depending on the distance covered by your network. Let's move towards the next topic, which is TCP/IP protocol stack. TCP/IP stack or Internet Protocol Suite is a communication protocols used by internet or a similar network. Basically, there are two models used for implementing the network: ISO-OSI model and a TCP/IP model. In case of ISO-OSI model, there are 7 layers, whereas in case of TCP/IP, there are 5 layers. It includes TCP/IP protocol stack, which includes device driver, internet protocol layer, transport layer and application layer. Device driver layer is also called as a network interface. It is a lowest TCP/IP layer and is responsible for accepting the packets and transmitting them over a specific network. Network interface might consist of a device driver or a complex subsystem which uses its own data link protocol. Internet protocol layer handles communication from one machine to another. It accepts a request to send data from a transport layer along with the identification of machine to which data is to be sent. It encapsulates the data into IP datagram, fills in the datagram header, uses the routing algorithm to determine how to deliver datagram, and passes datagram to the appropriate device driver for transmission. Internet protocol layer corresponds to the network layer in OSI reference model. It provides a connectionless, unreliable packet forwarding service that routes a packet from one system to another. Transport layer. The primary purpose of transport layer is to provide a communication from one application program to another. Transport software divides the stream of data being transmitted into smaller pieces called packets in ISO terminology and passes each packet along with the destination information to the next layer of transmission. This layer consists of transmission control protocol, a connection-oriented transport service and a user datagram protocol connectionless transport service. Application layer. Application layer consists of user invoke application programs that access services available across TCP/IP internet. Application program process a data in the required form to transport layer for a delivery. So these are the various layers in TCP/IP protocol stack. Let's move towards the last topic, wireless network. Computer networks that are not connected by cables are called wireless network. They are generally use radio waves for communication between the networking nodes. They allow devices to be connected to the network while roaming around within the network coverage. Types of wireless network can be wireless LAN, which connects two or more network devices using wireless distribution techniques. Wireless MAN, connecting two or more wireless LANs spreading over metropolitan area. Wireless WAN, connect large area comprising LANs, MANs and a personal network. Advantages of wireless networks are: it provides clutter-free disk due to absence of wires and cables. It increases mobility of network devices connected to system since the device need not be connected to each other. Accessing the network devices from any location within the network coverage or Wi-Fi hotspots become convenient since laying out the cable is not needed. Installation and setup of wireless networks are easier. New devices can be easily connected to existing setup since they need not be wired to present equipment. Also, number of equipments that can be added or removed to the system can vary considerably since they are not limited by the cable capacity. This makes a wireless network very scalable. Wireless networks require very limited or no wires. Thus, it reduces the equipment and setup cost. Examples of wireless network are mobile phone network, wireless sensor network, satellite communication network, and a terrestrial microwave networks.